And now for something completely different.
What is going on YouTube? You have no idea how nice it is to be able to say that, because for a little over a week now, my Google account has been completely hacked. My YouTube channel was taken over and completely dismantled, so this last week has been full of late nights and blood, sweat, and tears. Just a lot of work changing around my life, changing around my bank accounts, all kinds of things. But as you can see, I'm on this channel, right? So even though at one point I was convinced I had no hope, nowhere to go, here I am, successfully back in the game with my Google account safely secured. Now, one of the first things I wanted to do was release a video kind of explaining my journey, because if you were like me, you might be like me, or how I was about a week ago, looking for answers, completely lost. I'm here to tell you it is possible to get your account back. And some of you watching this might be thinking, well, how hard can it really be? It is really hard to get a hacked Google account back. Basically, once you can no longer get through kind of like that initial recovery process where they ask you for your backup codes and things like that, it literally tells you, make a new account. You might as well kiss that old one goodbye. And hey, dummy, be smarter, setting up your new account is basically what Google tells you. I was even looking on YouTube, Quora, all kinds of places, even top IT experts who basically said the same thing. If you cannot make it through the automated recovery process, your account is gone. So hopefully this video is able to help at least one of you out there. If it does, it's worth it. But I also want to make this video too to publicly thank from the bottom of my heart the YouTube channel DIY with Dion. In the sea of YouTube videos that I found about this, his was the one that offered a glimmer of hope, because his situation was exactly like mine, down to a T. And it gave me hope and sent me in the right direction, and here I am. I also want to thank Team YouTube, who did 90% of the legwork to get all of this back. So the way this video is going to work is I'm about to go down a strict timeline of exactly all the events, exactly what happened, so you can kind of pinpoint maybe what you need. If you're not interested in that, I'm going to do a summary at the end of the video to just kind of like bullet point the things you have to do to not only prevent this from happening, but how to recover your Google account and also how to secure it moving forward. So if you're just interested in that, look at the chapters in the channel and just go to the end. For the rest of you, strap in. We're going to go down a little bit of a timeline here about how the last week has gone. Okay, so like many YouTubers out there that have a legitimate, I'm at least going to call my channel legitimate. I mean, pushing 16,000 subs, not terrible, right? But even myself, I get constantly emailed about partnerships, right? Work with us, advertise for us, things like that. We'll give you some free samples. We'll give you even some monetary, we'll sponsor your videos and give you a cut based on views, blah, 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 right? So I get these a lot. I'm sure other YouTubers out there get these a ton as well. I was able to do a very successful partnership through YeSoul. I think it's successful because I got a brand new bike out of the deal, like an $800 exercise bike for free. You can tell it's working, right? It's sitting in my garage right now. It is set up in my garage to use when I need to. I just don't do it terribly often. In Florida, it gets hot out there. Anyways, so they are legitimate, right? You see them all the time on YouTube channels. And what I did in particular with this YeSoul partnership, and what I've also done in the past with others who have reached out to me, is I will take, you got to look especially at that email address, right? See how legit it looks. But what I've done was I've taken that exact email address, contacted the companies on my own, and asked, is this email legit? And in the case of YeSoul, they're, oh yeah, that's Karina. She handles our marketing, blah, blah, blah. Okay, lovely. Now you know it's legitimate, right? Well, in this case, I didn't do that. The email address was hannah@aigrammar.top. It was Grammarly who reached out to me. They reached out to me on November 26th. So last Wednesday from when I'm sitting right now. asking if I like a partnership with Grammarly. Makes sense, right? You see all the books. I'm a writer. I'm a reader. I'll imagine a lot of my subs are as well. So it seemed like a match made in heaven. So I said, yeah, I'll be interested. That's cool, you know. Meanwhile, I looked up that email address. It looked legitimate except for the part that said at top. It wasn't at or .com. It was .top. I happened to look that up a little bit, and it said, yeah, that's a legit thing. A lot of people use it. Some companies use it, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And I guess that was good enough for me. I didn't reach out to the company. Really wish I did. Just again, a sidebar, I recommend anybody who's reached out to in that way, contact the company and check on that email. But pulled the wool over my eyes. I said, yeah, go ahead and send me, what do we need to do? And like everybody else, well, you need to sign a non-disclosure agreement. Sounds good. So when they did that, they said, here's the agreement. You have to basically get into the program. So they sent me a link to small PDF. Now, again, some red flags. Spidey senses were tingling a little bit. I'm like, let me look up small PDF. And I did. It's a legit company out of Scandinavia. I think Sweden, maybe. Okay, seems legit. I even looked at the file. It looked like a legit file. I ran the file through my virus checker. It was fine, right? So, and I'm being careful. I am. So, I downloaded small PDF. Now, here's where they got me. It asks you now, you have to create an account. Guess what? You can create an account with your Google account, right? So I put in my Google information. That's where they got me. But I wasn't aware of that yet. I put in my Google information. Oh, hey, now you got small PDF. You got an account with us. Awesome. Now, take the code that they gave you and put it in there. I put the code in there and hit enter, and it said, congratulations, have fun viewing your PDF or something like that, right? But there was no PDF. I actually tried again. I put the code in there again, nothing. So I emailed them back, hey, this PDF isn't opening up. Am I doing something wrong? What do you know? I never heard back, right? So that was on actually the next day, the 27th, at about 5 p.m. is when I did all of this, right? I put in that information, and that's at the point where they had my Google login information. But I didn't realize anything until the next day, which was Friday, November 28th. I laid down to go to bed, start to wind down, put my earphones in. I like to listen to the French Whisperer, another shameless plug on this channel. French Whisperer, he's an amazing, he talks about science and history and mythology and all kinds of stuff, but a very soft-spoken French voice. Big fan. Highly recommend if that's kind of what you're into. But I went to go open up my YouTube, and what do you know? I couldn't get it on my YouTube. So, of course, it asked me, hey, do you want us to send you a code to your phone number? The phone number was different. And it's at that moment that I probably went white as a ghost, and I jumped up and ran to my office. I happened to look at my email, and within 1 minute, I got probably about a dozen emails saying, you're trying to get into your account. You successfully got into your account. You changed your authenticator, your recovery email. You changed your recovery phone number. You deactivated two-factor authentication. Blah, blah, blah. They completely hijacked and overhauled my entire account. So, of course, when I try to get in, everything it's asking me for, oh, okay, we'll send a code to your email address. Well, they have my email address. Okay, well, we'll send a code to your phone. Well, they changed the phone number, right? The only thing that would have saved me, and this is going to go in the end of the summary as far as what to do and what not to do, is if I happen to save those 8-digit recovery codes. You get 10 of them, right? I was about to show, whoa, that would have been bad, but because I have it sitting right here. But a code, that you could actually print out and keep in your office, or, put it inside your drywall or something, right? Keep them and hide them, right? That would have saved me, but I didn't have those. I never downloaded them. So I was completely out of luck, and my channel was successfully hijacked. So, of course, I start trying to recovery process, and again, it's asking me the same questions that I just simply cannot answer correctly. And it says at the end, hey, you might as well create a new account. There's nothing we can do for you. We can't prove that you are you. And at that point, I just got to digress. I am shocked there's not another step. I'm just really shocked there isn't. Hey, set up open a claim, do this, right? Speak with one of our people. There's nothing. There's literally nothing. So of course I'm jumping online. I'm YouTube channels. I'm trying to, and there are these big tech channels that are telling me, if you can't make it through this, Google doesn't have a customer service. You are done. Your account is gone. You may as well make a new one and make sure you keep it secure. Well, that doesn't help when you're in that situation, right? Now, let me explain really quick what I was quickly realizing how bad this was. Of course, my YouTube channel, couldn't get into that. They very quickly had that dismantled. I think they uploaded like a nasty video or something to make my channel, which, whatever. I mean, you think about all the things, stop and think right now, all the things your Google account is associated with, right? Of course, your email, but now that email is going to be a backup to how many accounts you have, right? Bank accounts, even just goofy little, Uber Eats or, whatever, right? All they got to do is get in there and, hey, I need a code sent to my email. And they got that account, right? Then on top of it, my Google Docs had a ton of old pictures of my family. My dad just passed recently, and he had, before he passed, shared with me a ton of old videos of him as a kid. Not videos, but pictures of him as a kid, great-grandparents, all kinds of cool stuff, right? Gone. But the worst part, I actually had a ledger in there for all of my bills. It had all my passwords, my account information, my banking information, everything was in there. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. I still, to this day, don't know what else was associated with that they could have gotten into and messed with. So anyways, back to the timeline. So I'm literally out of luck, right? It's like 2 a.m. and I didn't know what to do. Well, I happened to find this video by, again, channel DIY with Dion. Very humble channel. His accent, he's got to be, again, Scandinavian. I'm just guessing. About 8,000 subs. Kind of like my channel. Not a big channel, but he basically said that this happened to him almost exactly the same way. He was reached out to for a partnership. He clicked on some links, right? Put some information in, and he gave a step-by-step of what he needed to do. Now, of course, some of the things he did was a little bit like I found different responses. So again, I'm not just duplicating that video. I'm actually kind of like building on it and talking about what I experienced, which was slightly different. So, but either way, he saved me because he actually had a glimmer of hope and put me on the right path, which is what I want to do for you all. So the most important thing that he said you need to do is there is no customer service for Google, but if you are a YouTube channel, especially if you have a partnership with YouTube, you can reach out to Team YouTube and let them know that your Google account was hacked and therefore your YouTube channel was hacked. But here's the weird thing. There's only one way to get a hold of them is you have to go on X, previously Twitter, X, and reach out to them that way. I didn't have an X account. I don't even really touch Twitter, So I created an X account, and what you need to do is make a post, and tag them in it. At Team YouTube, help, my Google account was hacked, and my YouTube channel was hacked. So what they do at that point, a couple different things. I've seen them reach back out to people and say, go ahead and try the recovery steps. If that doesn't work, then come back to us, right? So when I made mine, it was something along the lines of help, my Google account got hacked and this and that. I've already tried the recovery process dozens of times with no luck. They've successfully taken A, B, and I kind of laid that out. So now what you don't want to do is put any like specific information like your email address. I mean, if you do that, they'll kind of say right away, listen, like don't do that, right? So very generalized stuff. And then they reached back out to me within an hour. they usually get back to people within about an hour and said, they happen to tell me, send your channel information and some of your other information via direct message. Well, I tried to do that and it wouldn't let me. Now, looking at everybody else, they reached out to them, but for whatever reason for me, they asked me to send them a direct message. Well, you can't do that on Team YouTube. The way their account is set up, you can't just reach out to them. So this probably was the part of the whole process that took the longest. So I reached out to them. Again, it was Friday. It was probably moving into, it was probably after midnight. So it was probably now Saturday morning, November 29th, 1 a.m. I'm reaching out to them and asked me to send them a direct message, right? Well, I couldn't do it. So I wrote them back and said, I can't do it. It won't let me. Can you please direct message me so that we can start talking, right? This was the longest thing. I did not hear back from them until Wednesday, right? So from Saturday, early morning, 1, 2 a.m., they did not respond back to me until Wednesday. Now, during that time, I sent them probably a dozen. Please, I need, I did. I just kept doing it. Right? I was just so desperate, freaking out. I didn't know, right? I'm trying to change my bank accounts, do all these things. Just a nightmare. So, of course, I'm freaking out. Finally, Wednesday, December 3rd, they write me back saying, hey, we direct messaged you. Please send us your information. So I go into the DM and there they are. Please send us your channel URL, things like that, right? I didn't have access to my YouTube channel anymore because it was torn down. But what I did do, thankfully, there was still a screenshot. Not a screenshot, but there was still, my channel was still up because I was looking at things, right, before they tore it down. So I took a screenshot of kind of like the main page of my channel. Luckily, with my number of subs and where my channel's at, I was able to choose my own custom URL, which is just @historybuff, so I sent them that. But just in case, I also found the link for my YouTube channel off my Discord page. So in Discord, I grabbed that URL because, again, you try to look me up, you won't find me because channel's torn down. So I pulled that URL. I sent that to them. I sent them the screenshot. I gave them as much information as I could. And so that, again, that was Wednesday, December 3rd. So from this moment on, everybody's getting back to me within about 12 hours, right? So the next morning I got some notes here. The next morning, December 4th, this is Thursday. Now keep in mind, this happened almost a week prior, right? Friday night. So we're almost coming up to a week now. At 7 a.m., they asked me for an alternate Google email, and I gave it to them, right? And then at 7 p.m., I actually get an email from the team saying that they sent a link for special recovery. Now, please don't ask me for that. I'm not going to share that. And in fact, I think you can only use that if they have created a case for you on their end. I don't think this is a link you can just use. It probably won't happen because this stuff's tight under wraps. Gave me a link for special recovery. But again, this doesn't really do much. What this really does is it allows you to put in an alternate email address and kind of like make it to where it gets on their radar and they will eventually reach back out to you, which in my opinion is what they should have in the beginning, right? So I go ahead and do the whole special recovery thing, put in the alternate email and all that other. Now again, this is through Google, right? At 8 p.m., I received another email saying that the team is going to review and that they're going to reach out to me, okay? So Friday, December 5th, we're coming up to a week now, at 1 a.m., I got notification that my Google account was disabled. Thank God. At that point, I could finally kind of breathe a little bit because they no longer have access to my stuff, right? It is completely shut down. So even if they wanted to try to get back, they just couldn't, right? So I felt better at that point. They're no longer looking at my stuff, accessing my stuff, or asking my stuff either. They're not doing that either. But also with that email saying that it was disabled, I did also receive another link to that special recovery page, but they asked me to make a video of me going through the steps, which I did. Kind of cool, right? It's kind of nice. I already have all this stuff to do that. So I did that, and I woke up this morning. It's now Saturday, December 6th. I was given a link to reset my password. Oh my gosh, so great. So of course I did that as quickly as I could. And then I can't stress this enough. I immediately started securing my account. And once you do that, they actually have step by step of everything you need to do. Like everything's in red. You go into it, make sure you do this. Red, make sure you do this, do that, right? It even tells you, okay, now you got to make sure your banking account information is secure. Boom. Go into all of your, which is impossible for me, but go into all your accounts that have this email in it and make sure there's nothing weird's going on, blah, 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 right? It's like a step-by-step of how to kind of get your life back, right? And so that's the last thing I did. Now I have access to my Google account. Everything is clean and pretty, but I'm hoping I'm not jinxing myself. As of this moment, my YouTube channel is not back. I imagine I've already made it through the hard part, which is getting your Google account back, and they made it sound like once you do that, the process to get your channel back, it's really nothing more than if it was taken down unfairly or something happened, you reach out to the team, and if they give you the thumbs up, you get your channel back, which they've already been neck deep in this, so it shouldn't be that. But again, I hope I'm not jinxing myself. But if you're watching this video, I got my YouTube channel back. But at this point, I don't quite have it back yet. But I wanted to make this video because getting Google back is the hardest part. Okay, so that's where I am right now. Just waiting for YouTube to reach back out to me and get my channel back. I'm not as stressed anymore. I'll get it back when I get it back, right? And once I do, I'm going to start making a lot more videos than I used to because I took that baby for granted. So anyways, now we're at the point where I'm just going to summarize the do's and don'ts, what I learned and all of that, and what you need to do to get your account back. If the stuff I talk about in this short summary isn't enough, you might have to go back and listen to the full timeline, and maybe your answer is somewhere in there. Okay, so the first step when your Google account is hacked, just like everything tells you to, you're going to have to try to go through and recover it on your own, right? The self-service steps. So the first couple things it's going to do is it's going to say, wait a minute, you don't know your password. Okay, we're gonna send you a code to your phone. If the hijackers change that, well, you're going to have to try another way. And that's the option, try another way. Then it might ask you about the 8-digit codes. Try to think if maybe you have accidentally downloaded those codes in your computer or maybe on your phone. Check your files. Maybe it's there. If I had that 8-digit code, this would have taken a week. I would have been able to nip it immediately. But that 8-digit code, that would have saved me, but I didn't have it. So check and see if you got your 8-digit code. Maybe print it out and put it in your office somewhere or in your bedroom or somewhere, right? But if you make it through all of those steps, try again. It'll eventually tell you, listen, there's nothing more we can do. You're just going to have to make a new account. That's it, right? So what you do at that point is you're on X, which is previously Twitter, X. Go on to X, reach out to Team YouTube, at Team YouTube. Make a post, tag them in it, and just say, I need help. My Google account was hacked, and my YouTube channel has been hijacked. Okay? Now, here's where I might have some bad news for some people. I have a strong suspicion that this only worked out because I have a YouTube channel, right? Because Team YouTube is the one that did 90% of the legwork for this. I mean, I don't know if this is true or not, but if you don't have a YouTube channel, they may not help you. The only way I know is to go through Team YouTube. Now, maybe what you could do if you don't have a YouTube channel like I do, or like DIY with Dion has. Ooh, I don't want to jinx him. Then maybe what you could do is say, hey, I had some very sensitive videos in there that I don't want to lose. Maybe you've got a video of your kid's birthday party. I don't know. Maybe just say, hey, listen, that's the only copy I have. Can I please get my account back? That might be a shot, right? But if you're here, maybe you're freaking out because you had a very lucrative YouTube channel. You're in the right spot. So reach out. The key is reach out to Team YouTube on X. Make a post, tag them in it, and then within an hour, they are going to probably respond to you. Usually they'll send you they'll ask you if you've done the recovery steps yet, and then try it and then come back to them. If you've already done the recovery steps and you let them know that, then at some point within probably 24 hours, they're going to send you a direct message to ask for more information about your YouTube channel. They're going to ask you things like, what is your handle, the email address associated with it, all these other things like that. I did forget a step in the recovery process, but at some point you have to kind of fill out this online thing that has all kinds of information, right? Like, what's your IP address? Where do you typically log in from? What was the last video that you made? Mine was an interview with Thomas Olson from Bloodbound, right? So I remembered that. Luckily, I don't do a lot of videos because it was easy to remember. But there are some questions, and when they started asking those questions, I started feeling a little bit better about things. But anyways, so they're gonna send you a DM. You're gonna send them as much information as you can. Then at that point, they are going to launch a claim with Google, because they know you need your Google account secured before you can get your YouTube back. So they at some point kind of create a claim with them, and then they will send you another kind of like an email link an email link giving you access to a special recovery page. When you do that special recovery, and I think what they have to do for this special recovery is your channel has to be dismantled at that point, or not your channel, but your Google account needs to be already disabled at that point. I think that's why it wasn't working for me before. But you basically have to go to that special recovery page, and at some point, when you can't get in the way it's asking, it's going to say, put in an alternate email address, and our team will launch a claim and kind of get back to you, right? And that's kind of when you know you're probably in a good spot. And then at some point, once YouTube, if they have any more questions, they'll ask you. And, at that point, you're talking to them through email. And what's cool is Team YouTube even said at this point, you're connected to them. So if you have any questions, bug the heck out of them, reach out to them all you want, and they're there for you. So that was pretty cool, especially at a time where you just feel like nobody's there, right? So at that point, and then at some point, once they have enough information and all that other stuff, then they'll go ahead and send you a link to reset your password. Now, it does a good job of running you through the steps, but just some very important things to remember. When you set it up, make sure that you set it up with multiple phone numbers. Make sure you're setting up with a pass key where you can use your phone, like maybe a fingerprint on your phone will link in with it. Just every single authenticator you can think of, right? Google Authenticator or some other program like that. As many different layers as you can have. But probably the most important thing is printing out and keeping those 8-digit codes. Because like I said earlier, that would have saved me all of this hassle. Get those, print them out. Don't be an idiot like me and download them and put them into your your Google Drive or something, right? Like, have them somewhere completely separate, either on your computer and or a physical copy in your office. Okay, so that's how you go in the process of getting it back. Start with X, reach out to Team YouTube, try to set up a direct message with them, and then at some point they're going to guide you how to hook up and create a claim with Google, and then you answer their questions, and then eventually you will get that link to, recover your password. Now, let's talk really quick about the other couple things, right? Number one, what landed me in this mess and what landed Dion in this mess as well. If somebody reaches out to you at all about a partnership or any, of course, on your personal time, if somebody reaches out to you and asks you to click into things and you don't really know who they are, don't freaking do it. One of the best things to do is to check their email address. If you're a YouTuber and you have people reaching out to you about partnerships, which is what this is, what happened to me, take that email address and reach out to the company and ask them, is this your email address? Is this your legit domain and all of that? And they'll be able to answer that question for you. The best way to do it. And once they confirm that, yeah, that's legit, that's so-and-so, you know this person is doing the right thing. So that's the first important thing. Second important thing, of course, making sure you got good passwords, strong passwords, things like that. But again, those codes, super important. And actually, as I'm sitting here, that's kind of all I can think of. So congratulations for making it through this video. I'm just excited to be able to make another video. Even more excited that you're able to hear it. And I will be even more excited if I can help any of you out. I am a little bit leery of the comments section. If you guys have problems, I'll try to answer questions as much as I can, but there are some lines I'm not going to cross as far as giving out information, sharing links with you guys. I'll try to put you in the right direction, but that's about as far as I'm going to go. So I apologize ahead of time for that. Again, I also apologize for the fact if you're not a YouTuber, this might not work for you. If you're not, let me know how it goes and see if there's anything else we can do. But either way, thank you for being here. Hopefully this helps. Again, Dion, thank you. We're going to hook up and collab. Hopefully, I'm going to reach out to you as soon as I can. But yeah, good luck in getting your account and your life back. And speaking of getting your life back, I did forget about the part. You're going to have to sit and figure out how far this beast goes. Like, how many accounts is your Google account associated with? How many accounts is your email from your Google account associated with? And you're going to have a heck of a time overhauling all that, which has been what the last week has been for me. So I forgot to mention that part. Maybe it's self-explanatory, maybe not. But either way, good luck to everybody. Wish you the best. But as usual, everybody be safe, healthy, and be nice to each other.